Alright, what's up everybody? First, I just want to start this video off by saying happy holidays. I hope all is well. It's your girl Raya Janae, and before I even get into this video, I just want to talk about how disrespectful this weather is. Like, I know they said it was gonna be cold. I understood that part, but when I walked outside, I literally felt like my breath froze in mid-air, okay, because it was that cold. So anyways, I know you did not come here for that. You guys came because you saw the title and you're probably looking to change your life, or to at least see what I did to change my life. So if you're here for that, you're at the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can like the video after, because you may not like it, so I'll just give you that right to like it after. But let's go ahead and hop into it. And one of the first things that I did to change my life was to really make up my mind about the kind of life that I wanted to live. So I think oftentimes we're in the process of trying to see how we want to be, but we're not really sure. And sometimes effective change will not happen until we have a made up mind about what we want to do, who we want to be, and where we're trying to go. Okay, and so if we don't really know that, honestly, because I didn't know that at first, I was settling for a lot of things that were beneath me. But when I finally made up my mind as in the life I wanted to live and I wanted to create for myself, that really helped me to actually get on my way and to kind of, be able to move forward. All right, guys. And so the second thing that I have done that has helped me change my life is practicing a tool called self-reflection. As a therapist, you may hear me speak about self-reflection often, but self-reflection is a great tool. I basically look at it like a mirror. And so what it does is it gives you time to really practice more self-awareness and to sit down with yourself to assess the things that you have done really well and things that you probably didn't do so well that you may want to change for next time. And so it's a really good tool for growth because it gives you time to really evaluate yourself and to assess where you are. And I think that we should always be growing and evolving. I don't think any one of us have arrived. And so if we feel like we have arrived, then we need to be writing the next book about how to be perfect. But in my eyes, none of us are. So self-reflection is a great tool for growth. The third thing that I have done that really has helped me change my life is I learned to believe in myself again. I've been through different situations, and sometimes when life be lifing, y'all know how that is, things happen. Some of us really start to we stop believing in ourselves, and we stop believing in who God has called us to be. Some of us just stop believing in ourselves altogether. And so we start to lose our confidence. We start to get discouraged. And we really start forgetting who we are or the purpose that maybe God put us here to do. And so I had to take some steps back, and I had to start believing in me again. I had to start believing that no matter what happened to me, I'm still the same person who was called. I'm still the same person who was chosen. That nothing really should be holding me back from fully being who God wants me to be. So I really had to start believing in myself again. And then when I started doing that, my confidence came back. My peace started coming back. And so it definitely shifted and has helped shift the course of my life. Just knowing that, no, I'm still the one, and I'm more than capable of doing this thing called life. Great tool. So number 4 is surrounding myself with the right people. I cannot stress this enough, y'all. Who you surround yourself with matters. It matters so much. Some of us are like one step away from crossing over into where we need to be, but the only thing holding us back sometimes is our circle, and is the people that we're keeping in our ear. I'm really careful about who I'm allowing to speak into my life or over my life. I've realized that actually when I've been in low seasons in my life, some of the friends I had around me, God used them as the game changers for me because they could see what I couldn't see. And so sometimes you will have to have people around you who can see things that you don't see for yourself. Because sometimes when things are so thick in front of you, or when you have so many different problems, or life is lifing. I know I keep saying life is life, but I just like when people start saying that. But anyways, sometimes when that happens, you really need the people around you who are going to have a vision for your life as well. So the village is everything, y'all. I'm a single mom, and honestly, like, without my village, I don't really know what I would do. It would be so hard for me to do this thing called life, and also to be the great mother that I am. So you need the friends that you can call. You need the friends that are going to get you together and say, girl, you're tripping. You need the friends that are really going to be able to help you get to your next level, and who can see your next level even when you can't see it. So who you surround yourself with matters. So surround yourself with the right people. And if you don't have those people around you, don't be discouraged. And I know as adults, sometimes it's hard to make friends again as an adult, but I just encourage you not to be closed off to making friends based off of who hurt you in the past, because that can also be hindering you from really stepping into the right circle that you need to be in. So number 5, another thing I really did was I had to go to therapy, y'all. I had to go to therapy. I had to go to therapy. And I always tell people therapy is like shopping, okay? You have to shop, and you really have to find the right therapist for you. I think the first therapist I had, I think she was really going to sleep during my sessions. And I thought my life was quite interesting. I'm like, girl, I know you want to hear all of this. And I saw her looking at the clock. I was like, oh no, baby, you not the one. I'm not going to be paying you hourly to be looking at the clock, right? This is something I could be talking to. No, if I wanted to do that, then I would just talk to myself. So I had to shop around. I didn't give up on therapy, but I had to come back around and find the right one. And so when I did, she challenged me. My first therapy session with her, I was like, oh, it was like the ugly cry, like, for real. But I really appreciated her because she was someone I could talk to without having any connections to anybody else that I knew. Somebody who I could be flat out honest with. You know, you love your friends and you love like your family, but sometimes you can't tell them everything. That could lead them to worry. I mean, some people just won't receive it well. And so therapy is really designed to help you express your honest, truest feelings, and have someone who gives you tools to help navigate. That's what it's about. We're not saying the therapist is Jesus. We believe in therapy and Jesus. But I also believe that if you go talk to somebody who doesn't know anything about you, who has no biases towards you, and who's trained to give you the tools, I really feel like it can help change the course of your life. So it's really a good investment, and I think that it's worth it, and it definitely helped me. And therapy and healing go together. So I had to go to therapy in order to help me really heal, because I had some really wounded places that I had no clue about until I actually went to therapy. And so it really helped me to look into my own life and to see what things that I needed to either unlearn or what I really needed to heal from in order to go forward in my life. So that's a great tool. The other one that I have is I learned to create boundaries. So that kind of goes right along with therapy. But boundaries are so important, y'all. This is coming from a former people pleaser, okay? Like, I would always be like, I don't know, I'm always trying to make the vibe cool, like, or I'm always trying to accommodate everybody. Like, for example, like, even when I was little, like, my brother used to order like the Big Mac and the biggest thing on the menu, and because I didn't want to like stress my parents' pockets out, I would just like order something off the dollar menu. Like, I literally am a former people pleaser. It's in my nature. And so when I graduated from that, and that's why I say a former people pleaser, it just changed my life. And so boundaries and telling people no, y'all, that was so important to me. Like, just to be able to say like, no, I can't go. I actually can't make it. Some things now, it's like I have a child, we're on a schedule, and sometimes I don't want to break that schedule. So I'm like, no, like, I have to catch y'all next week when I have a babysitter. Or I'm just like, no, this actually makes me feel really tense being in this environment, so I really don't want to go. Or like, hey, I actually cannot do this today because it's not something I want to do. So just learning the word no, but also creating those healthy boundaries in my life, even when it came to people who were close to me. Just creating boundaries and learning to tell people how I really felt, or not having conversations if I didn't want to have them, having some conversations I needed to have, but all of those were rooted around boundaries. And so there's a really good book that Needs Your Web, and I'll list it in the link below, in my subscription, or in my whatever it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But there's a really good book on boundaries that I read, and it really like enlightened me on how life could get a lot easier for me if I created boundaries. And so with that, people start to learn your boundaries, and they start to really have respect for you, because they already know, okay, this is not something she does. This is not something she's gonna do. So it's kind of like reintroducing yourself, all right? And the last thing that I did that was really key is I learned to really strengthen my foundation. And so here's how I look at it. If you don't know what you're standing on, if you don't know what is beneath you, when you think of the house, right? And they talk about how the house is built on sand. Normally the houses built on sand do not last. It's easy to sink, and it's not going to stand firm at all for a longer period of time. As soon as the storm comes, that house is gone. But if your foundation is firm and it's strong and it's strengthened, you can withstand a storm, and the storm will not take you out. The storm will only allow you to have some different repairs, right? Where you may have to like fix the window, or you may have to fix the storm door or whatever, but you're still standing. That's the main thing. And so at the end of the day, I had to go all the way back to my foundation and to make sure that I was strengthening it. And so for me, that is my faith. I had to make sure that I was on one accord with God, and that he was really able to be in his rightful place in my life, right? And so if my core and if my foundation in him was not strengthened, there's no way that my life could have changed. And so like for many, I don't know what your foundation may be, but my foundation had to be solid. My foundation was not found in something that I could knock over and break. My foundation is founded in like an eternal like being who literally sits high and looks low. And I had to make sure that me and him was good. And so tips for anyone who feels distant from God or feels like he's not there, I just want to remind you that he's always there, and he's always knocking. And even when we feel distant, he's still close. As much as in our mind we feel like, oh my gosh, like he's so mad at me, he's so this and that. This is why we can't understand him, because he's not like man. So his ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. And so honestly and truly, what he's doing is he really is sitting back waiting for us to just tap back into him. He ain't worried about what you did yesterday. He ain't worried about what you did earlier. All he wants is to have some time with you, and he wants your heart. And so I had to really get out of my own way and to go back to my foundation and to make sure that that was strengthened. And so when that became stronger, I was able to fully blossom, and I feel like change the course of my life. So y'all, I hope this video helped y'all out a little bit. I am not the law, bro. I'm just telling you what worked for me, and I made sure that was a disclaimer at the beginning. These are the steps that I took that helped me change the course of my life. And so if y'all have any questions, like I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. If you guys want to see more videos like this, of course I would love for you guys to let me know, and I would be more than happy to help you. But until the next video, I hope y'all stay warm out here. This weather is nothing nice. Put your hat on if you got a baby. This is the weather where it's like cover that baby head up type of weather. That's that type of weather. And if you guys don't have anything else, I will see y'all next time. I love y'all, and I'm so glad I finally made the video. Also, here's like a little side note. Y'all, don't let fear hold y'all back in 2023. Don't let it do it. Fear gonna keep you crippled, and I know you got something that God is telling you to do. And if he's telling you to do something, whether that's like a career change, whether that's like starting your business, or just like, I don't know, maybe it's cutting off a bad relationship. Whatever it is, like, don't wait, and don't let fear of the unknown stop you. Just do it. All right, y'all. See y'all next time. I don't know who still throws the deuces, but I am. See you later. Hair popping. Hair popping. Makeup popping. Oh. Oh. All right, let me stop.